You like what you've heard. You're ready to move forward. It's time to formalize the transaction with a contract.
Now, will the children kindly step out here?
Damage, floods, fire, frost, of frippery.
Accidents? What kind of accidents?
I didn't know we had to sign anything for this tour.
I can't see what it says in the bottom.
Violet, you first. Sign here.
That's how a lot of us feel when it's time to sign a contract, because they're long, they're complex, and it just feels like they're written with the best interest of the presenter in mind, not us as the buyer who's signing the contract. But contracts are an important legal document. They can be used for you, the homeowner, to protect yourself and your best interests in the transaction by legally formalizing it and getting it in writing exactly what your expectations are and what the deliverables are. We can't rely on verbal promises at the time of purchase. We need to get it in writing. And so let's take a look at a contract, the different sections inside of a contract, and where you, the homeowner, can protect yourself by making sure we put things in writing inside the contract. Okay, we're on page 1 of a contract. A lot of this is pretty standard issue stuff where you're going to see the name of the contractor, their license number, their address, your name, your address, where the project's located at. Then we start getting down into the meat of the contract. Obviously in a solar installation, we're going to name the solar, how many solar modules there are, who the manufacturer is, how many inverters there are in the manufacturer. But the section where we're able to really dive in and protect ourselves as a homeowner is going to be in a section where you can notate other inclusions or exclusions. And you can just write in what it is you specifically have been promised so that there is no misunderstanding in the deliverable. If you watched part 1 of this 5-part series where we talk about not ending up with an ugly solar installation, there are a lot of specific materials and methods that are required to make sure your system looks great when it's installed. This is where you can actually write those into the contract that you want black rail and low profile mounts. The conduit is to be painted to match your house. If you're included or promised energy production or consumption monitoring, put that here in this section. The final roof layout or the pattern of the modules. Are there vents to be relocated? Where is all the gear going? Write that in here so that there is no surprises when the system is installed and you end up with modules where you didn't want them and gear where you didn't want it on your house. Use the inclusion and exclusions section of a contract to get it in writing of exactly what you're expected and being promised by this contractor. The other section that's important to go over is just the payment schedule. If you're paying cash for this or if it's financed, make sure it's notated on specifically when the payment is expected to be made to the contractor. It's important for both parties to understand this because a contractor is managing the cash flow of a project and trying to align the payments he's receiving from the buyer, you the homeowner, with his vendors who he owes money to. And so you want to make sure that this schedule aligns and is a fair schedule where you're paying as services or materials are being provided and performed. Review that section. The rest of it is going to be the Willy Wonka legalese where we're going through each clause to protect a contractor against unforeseen or foreseen risks that may occur in any construction contract. The contract should be fair for both parties in the transaction. And hopefully now that you know what to look for in a contract, you can put it in writing and protect yourself as you go solar on your home. This has been part 2 of our 5-part series on the 5 biggest mistakes we see homeowners make when going solar. Hope it's been informative. If you're interested in learning exactly how much you can save with solar on your house, there's a link in the description. Click on it, schedule a 30-minute virtual consultation, and we'll tell you exactly how solar can save money for you. Thanks for staying with us. We look forward to seeing you on part 3, and don't go solar in the dark.